I think I'm live. I do apologize. Been late. 44 people. That's cool. It's short turnaround. Appreciate your time. How's it all going? Let me use the chat box. Let me know where in the world you are. Sorry, it's fucking cold here. I didn't realize how cold it is in this room. I've not been today. Let me know where in the world you are, if you can hear me, if the sound is okay, if the picture quality is okay. I look at the TV behind me, but it's fucked. So here we are. UK, we here. Yeah, I like it. Straight to the point. Cool. All right. Let me know in the world you are, please. Whether you're UK, whether you are USA, or I think the Australians will be asleep at this point. So, yeah, got Canada. Ripon just round the corner. Halifax. And listen, this talk is for dog trainers, aspiring dog trainers, those that want to develop their skills and perhaps their business as dog trainers. That's what I'm going to be covering today. So no pet stuff, I'm afraid. More than welcome to stay if you so wish. But yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about dog trainer development and business development for dog trainers. So if you could use the chat box, let me know if you're a dog trainer, you're an aspiring dog trainer, maybe a dog walker. Let me know so I know what sort of content to cover. I have a list, as you know, I normally do webinars and have slides and stuff, but I'm raw dogging it today. So, business stuff. Also in Ripon, fucking everyone's in Ripon. What's going on? New dog trainer. Dogs are like, okay. Nice. Dog walkers, dog trainers. Might be a little bit early for the Americans. Definitely the Australians. I did a mentorship call this morning. Caught a few Australians on there, I think. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So again, we're going to be talking about, looks like there's people very early on in the journey. Yeah, looks like there are people early on in the journey. So like just a heads up, in case you don't know, this has gone out to people on our mailing list and Instagram stories. So you've probably followed my business for at least a little while. I own the Yorkshire Canine Academy. We're a dog school here in Leeds. We've got 25 members of staff. We have a big old training center. We've been open for 5 years now. We've gone through various stages of exponential growth. I again, not to boast, but I don't think a dog school has probably grown at the rate that we've probably grown. And so that, which kind of brings me on to my first talking point. As dog trainers, we need to get out of the habit of having this opposition reflex to marketing our business, right? Because I know some expert level dog trainers that are phenomenal and can like genuinely provide good to the industry and help people help their dogs. But because of they are so stubborn, not wanting to market themselves, they're not helping anyone, right? And then conversely, there are people out there that are exceptionally good at marketing. Hi, Niall. There are people out there that are exceptionally good at marketing, but can't yet solve people's problems. And I think that's selling snake oil. And I think that is, highly unethical, right? So again, there's a few people here in our dog trainer development program. So again, in case you didn't know, for the most part, we help pet dogs and pet dog owners train their dogs and solve their problems. Predominantly reactivity. We solve big problems, right? We're not cheap. The reason we're not cheap is because we've got a very good track record. And truth be told, if we can't fix anyone's dog, we don't take money from them. All right. That's like the backbone of everything we do. I've got 8 trainers that work under me. Kirky's like our head of training now. Truth be told, I'm not on the tools much anymore. The majority of training I do is just with my own dogs. And then Kirky, how that operates, or how it works under there. Kirky is head of all of our trainers. We've got some senior trainers and we've got some newer trainers. We've got some trainers just starting. And again, we offer two main things: in-person training, online training in two different in a different format each. One, we got a training with instinct program, as some of you might be familiar with, and then two, a boot camp. So we do a weekly boot camp here, Monday to Friday, right? I've got fucking more Google reviews than I think most dog training schools in the world. I actually don't know another school that has more than we do. We've got something like 560. And again, yeah, we've been solving people's problems for a while, which again, I'm not just saying for no reason. It's going to bring me on to one of my points in a second. All right. So, yeah, that's what we do, who we are. Predominantly, I run a mentorship for dog trainers that are established, that want to grow, scale their business, and help more people. So, my role is to take dog trainers that, in very simple layman's terms, to take dog trainers and making sure they're helping enough people, e.g., finding them more clients and bringing more revenue into their business. All right. Now, again, as I referred to earlier, people are getting very good at marketing their business in our industry. People are getting wise, right? And I like to think like we're one of the front runners on that sort of thing. And a couple of years ago, I was just getting super fucking pissed off that I was seeing other dog trainers like growing their business, loads of clients back to back. And we're sat there thinking like, we can help people, we can solve people's problems. Like, why isn't our business growing? Because unfortunately, you have to adopt some sort of marketing and business strategy if you want to see the clients. There is, as dog trainers, we are in a desert at the moment. People are thirsty. People want your services. Like there hasn't been a time in history where the demand for good dog trainers has been higher. And you just need to adopt some business and marketing to bring yourself in the forefront of people's vision in order to grow a very sustainable business, right? Um, the bar is so fucking low. The bar is so low because of the great dog trainers that can actually solve people's problems. Typically, they have an aversion to marketing, right? Or there are those out there that are great at marketing and they can't fucking train a dog, right? So all you need to do is be like very good at training dogs and okay at marketing, and you'll just absolutely fucking kill it because of the bar is like basically on the ground. It is absolutely insane. On top of that, it's just one job AI isn't going to take from us. So when just like so if you've got a job now that has anything to do with fucking a computer or software, you're fucked, right? Not dog trainers though, because of robots aren't going to be training dogs anytime soon. And again, this is kind of it genuinely winds me up because of I can have consults and calls with dog trainers and they're just like, nah, I don't want to market, I don't want to run ads, bloody bloody blah. And I'm like, you can genuinely fucking help people. You can genuinely help people and help way more people if you bring oxygen into your business and in your life. Guess what oxygen is? Fucking revenue, more money, right? It gives you breathing room. When you have more money, you have less stress. And when you have less stress, you make better choices. You can support people better. I don't know what it is about dog trainers and this ridiculous rhetoric that fucking money doesn't matter. If you make more money, you help more people. It is literally as simple as that because you can pay for better service facilities. You can pay for a better van. You can pay for a member of staff. You can have someone help you build a website. You can help someone with someone can help you with marketing and finding more people to help. So you have to get out of this mindset that one, marketing your business is cringe, and two, money's a fucking bad thing and looking for money is a bad thing. It's a ridiculous concept. I guarantee we help more people and their dogs in a week here than most dog trainers do in a year or two. And that's because of once upon a time, A younger version of me decided, fuck this. I'm going to start learning how to market. And when I had this epiphanial moment where my eyes were open and was like, how the fuck is no one else doing this? This is like easy mode. I soon realized it was just people being stubborn. Right. And so, whatever your mission is, whether that's just to fucking help more people, to train more dogs, do charity. We give a fuck ton of money away to charity every single month. Couldn't have done that 3 years ago. The fucking broke version of me couldn't have done that 3 years ago. No fucking chance. I think the marketing is easy. I think learning it is easy. I think it is a skill. I think people believe that it's like something that comes natural to people. If you want a good laugh, go watch all my old videos where I'm speaking like a genuine fucking remedial, right? And like they're terribly edited. It's something you learn over a long period of time, right? It's something you get better at. And it took me 2, 3 years before I could even like string a sentence together on fucking camera, you know? So again, like you you have to align your goals. And this is why I'm speaking to a lot of when I speak to a lot of dog trainers, the problem is they've got the best intentions. They've got the absolute fucking best intentions. And that is um to help more dogs and help more people. That's all, why we all got into it, right? That's why we all got into it. But if you burn the fuck out because you're doing donkey work and you're serving hundreds of people at a time because you're charging pennies back and forth and driving between clients and constantly texting clients and so on and so forth, you're not going to help anyone because you're going to burn the fuck out, give up on your business, and go back to your shitty desk job. So again, there's another rationale to be more leveraged, to be higher agency, as we call it, bring more oxygen into your business and into your life, right? So it's super important. And again, like if we want to look at materialistic things, you know, I lived in when I first started this business, I was in a tiny little fucking house with a shitty little garden with no space for my dogs to run around. 5 years down the line, their garden's like 5 fucking acres. And I put pictures up all the time in my webinars and shit like that. That's all I really wanted. I just wanted a big garden for Ranger, right? So if I want to be materialistic about it, there's that too. So get out of this fucking mindset that making money doesn't matter. All right? It does. You will help more people. You'll serve your mission. You'll serve your purpose, whatever that is. Um, when you bring in more revenue. All right. Got a question. How much experience did you have as a dog trainer before you went on to start YCA? Like 3 or 4 years working for someone else. But I learned more in the time working for myself, believe it or not, than I did working for someone else because they were very like rigid in their methods and techniques and shit like that. And so, yeah, I learned a little bit quickly, but then I also learned very quickly that there was more to it than that. I've got loads of content and podcasts and YouTube videos talking about that process. Um, so yeah, feel free to ask any questions you want as you go. By the way, I'll try and catch them. We had a mentorship weekend this weekend. There was maybe 50 odd dog trainers there. And I run this event, or we're running this event 3 times a year. The next one's in July, and then I'll do another one in autumn time, right? Um, so there was, I don't know, 50 odd dog trainers. And to celebrate kind of people's efforts and hard work, I give out revenue awards where on the back end of people hitting certain thresholds of revenue. The thresholds are 5K, 10K, 20K. This is in a calendar month, by the way, and 50K. Truth be told, I've not had a 50K just yet. I'll come on to all your questions in a second. And I gave out 11 awards. I think 5K, between 4 and 5 10K a month, And this has all happened in the last quarter, by the way. Some of it happened over December, which is typically a quiet month. And again, there's a bunch of people in the chat right now that attended this weekend. And then 220Ks for the couple of the Australians that come over. People flew in all over the world for this, by the way. And again, I'm hoping, we'll do the same in July. These are people that started at zero. And without getting too kind of deep on you guys, what I will do is, whilst I've got you all, I filmed all their talks of when I gave them all an award, and they did like an acceptance speech, and the acceptance speech wasn't only to like celebrate their wins, but it was also to show the others in the group what they did to find that level of success in their business. Like earning 5K a month, that's fucking 60 grand a year. That's crazy, That's like a decent amount of money. And those that are fucking hitting 10K, 120 grand. If you're an Australian, that's 240, and if you're an American, that's going to be like 200. That's fucking substantial amount of money, right? And they're doing it and they've all done that in the last quarter. And most of them started my program in the last quarter. Anyway, point is, if you want to see their speeches, in the description of this video, I've put a YouTube playlist. We recorded every single one, so you can check that out. So go and check that out. So yeah, that was my segue on that. So yeah, we brought them all in. We had a hell of a weekend. We had some talks done on Saturday, and then we had like social time on Sunday. If you've not visited our training center, it's pretty cool. So yeah, if you want to check out kind of their stories, my point is, every single person that got up had a very good reason as to why they wanted to take that level of change in their life. And more often than not, what really resonated with me, it was to support those around them. And I am getting somewhere with this. You dog trainers are more concerned about people's fucking opinions on the internet than supporting your family around you. You are more concerned about being accepted by other dog trainers online than you are making money and getting your fucking wife or husband out of their job that they fucking hate. I want to just reiterate that. It fucking blows my mind. You're so concerned, and I speak to you all. I know this is what you're all thinking. You don't want to put yourself out there, market your business, and actually make an effort to do something for yourself because you're worried what others might think. More often than not, those others are strangers. There were people that got up there that are hitting 5 and 10K months that have said, great, we can go to fucking Dubai for the first time. I can take my missus to a particular restaurant without having to look at my balance on my phone to see if I can afford it. A couple of them took their wives, missuses, as we say here, out of their jobs, right? Because if they stopped giving a fuck what other people thought, they put their ego to the side, they paid me to show them how to scale their fucking business. And all you dog trainers are just worried about kind of not upsetting people online and shit like that. Who gives a fuck? All right, I'm going to answer some questions. That's my tangent. Does qualifications actually matter if someone is looking at your CV, or is it just experience that people look for? Qualifications do not correlate whether you're able to solve people's problems or not. When we're selling our services as a dog trainer, we do not, and I fucking hammer this home with my mentees all the time, we do not sell dog training. We sell the life they have with their dog after training. And so your services should revolve around a solution, not around time, if that makes sense, right? And so us as dog trainers, we typically like to frame it around dog training and sessions and fucking homework and all the rest of it. But the people we're selling to, they don't want dog training. They don't want to learn how to become a dog trainer. They don't give a fuck about how many sessions it is or like what fucking operant conditioning is. What they care about is how life is going to look like with their dog once you're done. And so the foundation of all good dog training businesses is, can you provide the dream outcome for that client, which is to walk their dog down the street without it kicking off and be able to let it off a lead and it come back and be fucking happy, fetch a ball and just be happy, right? That's the whole fucking end result, the end goal, a liberated dog, right? That's what it is for me. That's the point in training, the fucking purpose, the big picture. Are we giving that dog more freedom to live a more genetically inclined, aligned life? And is the owner happy? Is the dog happy? Yada yada yada, right? Certifications don't fucking get you there because they come out of cereal boxes. Okay, there's not a certification on this fucking planet, right? Trust me, I go looking, I do it. That is going to, one, give you letters after your name, which is a bunch of fucking nonsense, and at the same time, give you the right experience, the necessary experience to solve these problems to that degree. All right. You need to learn from another dog trainer. And I know this is biased because this is part of my business model. I teach other dog trainers, whether it's me or someone else. You need to learn from another dog trainer, go and watch them, observe, listen to them, listen to how they coach people. Do not do one of these bullshit fucking online, where they're going to talk about wolves for 80%, which is completely fucking irrelevant to dog trainers. And then they're going to tell you why you shouldn't use balanced dog training. And they're going to tell you, like, when training doesn't work, just drug the fucking dog. Right. And then you get some letters after your name. Congratulations. You are back to fucking square one. Or, by the way, you're 3,000 to 5,000 pound lighter too. And guess what? You ain't going to make any money because you can't solve any fucking problems. So anyway, as you can probably tell, I'm quite passionate about that sort of thing. I want to start my own business in the dog industry soon, but looking for a job to learn about more about training. Do you do anything like that to help people? Any of our mentees can come to YCA at any point, completely for free as part of their mentorship, and just fucking live here if they wanted to, and just watch and observe and take part. Like, that's something we offer. We only offer it to mentees because we want to provide the full fucking solution to people. But anyone in my mentorship program or any one of our mentorship programs, whilst you're in the mentorship, you can come down. We just had all the Australians over. They stayed for a week, watched the boot camp, right? So yeah, we do offer the ability. We just put new flooring down in here. A couple of my mentees even help with that. I put it on Instagram and everyone's making fun of me, saying like, "Oh, I can't believe you got them all doing essentially slave labor." Yeah, I did. Wax on, wax off, right? I do jest. But yeah. And we offer unlimited shadow opportunities to cut. It's a big old fucking place, this unit. So you're not, it's not exactly like you're gonna get in the way. We just stick a hoodie on you and allow you to observe our training team doing their thing, right? I feel like I have enough knowledge to start with, still a hell of a lot to learn. I've never had a training client and I want to get started, but don't know how to get those first clients and what to charge. Like, if you're that early, you need to go and help people for free until you got 10 case studies under your belt. Simple as. Just go help 10 people for free. You need 10 testimonials, 10 case studies before you think about charging. Thanks, Niall. Yeah, so Niall, for example, I think Niall's been in the mentorship like 2 or 3 months. First month, he had a record month. Then I gave him a 10K award. And then this month, it looks like he's doubled his previous best month. The bar is that low. Niall's a great guy, right? And, he's very good at what he does. But at the same time, that's what you can do in 3 months because of no other dog trainer is doing the fucking shit we're implementing on the back end of things. And like, once you find like, that information is disclosed to you, it blows your fucking mind. It's absolutely crazy. You're like, why is no one else fucking doing this? Sean also in the program as well. Solutions and lifestyle changes. That's a very good point. Also, I'd be jumping onto your program next week if I was earning more working on it. It's a fucking chicken and egg situation, right? No offense, Michael, but you ain't learning anything for free on the fucking internet, right? Um, Send me a DM, Michael. Send me a DM, Michael, and I'll help you get the first fucking couple of steps out of the way, buddy. Because I don't want to painfully watch you sink trying to figure shit out, right? Everyone, oh, well, I can't afford the program because of, like, I've got no money. Okay. Yeah, I get that. But at the same time, you kind of need it because if you've just said you don't know how to fucking make money, like, make it make sense. It's just fucking nuts. People say that all the time. "Oh, a year." I've had people inquire about my mentorship fucking 18 months ago. They still inquire every single month, and they go, "I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I'm almost there." They're doing like a grand a month for 18 months, and there's people that just put their fucking balls on the line and go like, "Yeah, all right, just give me the," and then they end up like Niall, doubling, tripling their income in some instances in a month or two, and you're just there drowning for fucking 18 months. And I'm just like, come on, just pay me the first installment and I'll just give you the solutions. This is fucking painful. But I like, how else am I meant to do it, you know? Yeah, so Adam's a great example. Adam's a great story. If you don't mind, Adam, I'll tell you a story. Yeah, young man there, Lucas, he had a call with me yesterday. I told him straight, like, you're not ready for the program yet. You're not going to make your money back. If you book a call with me and I don't think you can make your money back, I'll tell you to go away and work on this, this, and this. It wouldn't be fair for me, right? Adam's a good example, though. I don't know how long you've been in the mentorship now, Adam. Like 4 or 5 months, maybe more. I don't know. He's just spent here visiting for a week. And when we put Adam's testimonial on pages, people don't believe us. They believe it's actually fake. Like, we'll be like, people will say that's impossible that someone's able to do that. I think Adam went for going like 5K Aussie a month to consistently 30K Aussie months or more, right? In 3 months, in the first 3 months of joining. Again, the bar's so fucking low. Jay's another example. Of just going from, Jay, what did you do? I don't know. You didn't even have your own business when you started, right? And then how's this month going? January. I presume pretty good. So, okay. Yeah, so Jay went from 2K and then this was £15,500. Do you know who doesn't get paid 15 and a half grand a month? Fucking brain surgeons. And like, don't take this the wrong way, Jay. You know I'm a big fan of you. There's nothing special about me. There's nothing special about Jay. Nothing special about me, Jay, or Adam for that matter, or anyone else in the program. They've just got the right information, and they are in an industry that is desperate for good dog trainers, that just needs to play it smarter, right? Someone asked this question: when you talk about these income milestones, how much work is that for? Like, how many day, week are these people working to make that much? More often than not, less than what they were when they come into the program because they're doing less stupid donkey work. So I'm a massive advocate of utilizing AI, not to do our training, but on the back end of stuff, creating assets, creating programs. Again, all my mentees know how we leverage AI to basically become like members of staff for us. Within my mentorship program, I have actually an AI version of me as well, which sounds fucking mental, but I record and transcribe every single one of my group calls, every single one of my one-to-ones, which I do 3 or 4 a day of. All of our SOPs, so like what the YCA is built on, is uploaded into this brain, and then we just call it like AI version of me that you have in your pocket as like your business consultant. So it ends up saving you a lot of time doing stupid shit. I see just a lot of dog trainers just running in the fucking hamster wheel, um, running on the hamster wheel, doing stupid shit. I'm not a proponent of single one-off sessions, because you end up having to do like 200 one-to-one sessions a month instead of like programming, when you see the same people multiple times delivering the result, and therefore like over or reducing your deliverables. Second thing I'm big on is I will coach my mentees, and I've just done a YouTube video on this. I'll put it out in the next couple of days. I'll coach my mentees on, I have a rule of three. Basically, if I repeat the same lesson more than 3 times, I build it into an asset as part of my curriculum. And for the dog trainers there, this is super important for you. You shouldn't do the teaching during your lessons in 2026, in the fucking 21st century. You do your tinkering, your refinement, and your proofing in your lessons, which means each lesson is different. I don't ever teach during lessons. I teach virtually with a pre-documented asset before my one-to-ones, and say, this is why we're hand feeding, or this is why we do play in the way we do. This is how you teach place. This is a, like, fucking whatever it is. I give that lesson as an asset prior to the one-to-one, and then in the one-to-one, I say, like, what do we need to, like, how do we make this better, as opposed to teaching the same new thing over and over again? And that will save you hundreds of hours a week, right? And we're constantly refining, and it'll actually help you deliver a better program, because you're not fucking giving information overload to all your clients. But then I see dog trainers, they're doing single one-to-ones, right? With new clients, because they're not fucking putting together their offer, which is one of the first things I teach people to do. Solution-based offer. And they're doing fucking 200 one-to-ones a month. I spoke to a mentee the other day. He before working with me, he hit like a 10K month. He did something like 150 one-to-ones in a month, which blew my fucking mind. But delivering the same lessons over and over and over and over and over again, like, how quickly you're gonna fucking burn out when you talk to someone about hand feeding 8 times in a single day. Just fucking imagine. And do you think the 5th, 6th, 7th time you've done the whole fucking "this is why we hand feed" spiel, you think you're gonna deliver it with the same amount of passion and conviction that you did the first time? Absolutely fucking not. It's gonna really kill your delivery, and then you're gonna have shitty results, and you're doing a shitty job for your clients. And so we reduce work hours by creating curriculum-based assets, and we allow our clientele to coach us on, like, what assets they need. And if any question comes up more than 3 times, I need to deliver the answer to that question before it gets asked. I do the same thing with my mentorship as well. So if people are ever struggling with the same thing, boom, I make a module, goes into the mentorship. So I constantly refine in my product to make it as good as it possibly can. And so, like, I'm very vigilant in listening to all of my clients, which dog trainers aren't very good at, unfortunately, because we all have a little bit of ego about us. And I know that's rich coming from me, but we can sometimes be like, nah, we don't like negative feedback. So we vigilantly, if that's a fucking word, listen to our clients and make sure, um, and make sure we're taking that feedback in order to, like, refine our products and build it out. Yeah, so Fetch Dog Trainers asked a question. It's a good question. So do we send out certain bits like marker words and hand feeding before the consult? We do that not before consult, before session 1 though. So we have like a pre-training guide. So session 1, we hit the ground running, right? The last thing I fucking want is all my training team or any of my mentees hours on end, back to back to back to back. And again, this is a great example. explaining the concept of marker words and why people should do hand feeding and shit like that. All of our clients, both online and in person, so bootcamp clients, we actually onboard them in like a virtual one-to-many and then explain those concepts. Um, Again, and not having to do it one-to-one over and over again. And this isn't like being lazy. Of course, like it's being more efficient, but you're going to deliver um, better. Your lessons are going to be way better for your clients when you're not on the brink of like, fucking hell, I can't believe I've been asked this question again. You know what I mean? So yeah, in short, prior to session one, we have a comprehensive like asset library. It's not comprehensive. It's not like overly complicated because again, we don't want to overwhelm people. But we have like tick boxes. Hey, we need to do this, this, and this before session one. So like, you know, by session one, more often than not, our clients have a conditioned marker word. They might have even built some toy drive as well because we've said like clean up the toys and shit like that. And their dog's taking food, right? Again, as a dog trainer, like, how fucking shit is it when a client rocks up and we've got no food drive, no toy drive? What are we gonna do? Just stick a tool on the dog and start cranking the dog into behaviors? One, that's not nice. And two, that's gonna piss off a lot of clients, right? That's not good training. We know that. So not only are these assets going to save you time massively, I've had mentees go from 6-session programs to 3-session programs, genuinely charge twice as much because they're more solution orientated and they're actually like pitching it as that, right? So it's taking them half the time, they're charging twice as much, and then this is how we get these unbelievable 2 to fucking 15K to 5 to 30K months, because if you just need to structure it in a way that's not going to zap the fucking life out of you, and then your clients, they just get a really good fucking lively spunky version of you instead of like fucking hell, it's the 8th client of the day and you're just like a withered fucking ball sack. Yeah, and that's your job as a dog trainer. So the point fetch dog trainers have made, that happens shitloads here in Ireland. No marker words, no food or toy drive, just spoiled dogs that have never had to work for a thing. Yeah, it's your job to educate people. It's your job to educate people. We have fucking the best clients. We have fucking brilliant clients. For 99% of the time, they're great clients because if we've made an effort to educate them before they even arrive to us, right? We're totally on the same page, totally aligned. We don't have to have difficult conversations about tools. We don't have to stress the importance of hand feeding or anything like that. Everything's nice and fresh. It avoids being repetitive. We're problem solving during sessions. We're not teaching during sessions. And that is just one component of being able to effectively scale your business. Does that make sense? Guys and girls, I've got maybe like 5 minutes and then I've got to go do a podcast with Uncle Kirky because he's only free for the next kind of 45 minutes or so. So any questions, let me know. In the meantime, though, if you're interested about my mentorship program, if you sign up before the end of the month, I will have my team build a website for your core offer. So I'll teach you how to build your offer, blah, 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 blah. But as an incentive to sign up before the end of the month, if you do sign up before like 12 o'clock tomorrow, we'll build you a website, which will otherwise cost you 5 fucking grand. Right? That's for my business mentorship, by the way. That's my fucking great offer of the month. And we'll do it for you. My tech team will do it for you. I have a whole backend team that does all of our pages. They're all fucking sick, as you can imagine. Question: how much of dog training is actually working with the dogs versus training the people? Is it possible to be successful if you're not a people person? I'm gonna be straight with you because of you won't get fucking anywhere because a dog trainer is a people trainer. If anyone's interested in a mentorship, just DM me the word JM Dog Trainer on Instagram, mentorship. If not, there's an application form below this video. But if you want to just like crack the fuck on and make use of my free fucking website, Delio, by the end of the month, just DM me on Instagram and I'll sort you out. But back to the question. Training people is the most important thing. I tell my staff and my mentees, you are to be fucking hands off. You are to be hands off. You're a person coach. It is their duty as an owner to train the dog. You're allowed to have like a 90-10 rule. So 90% of the time, if 90% of the time you want the owner handling the dog and 10% of the time you're allowed to, but ideally, best case scenario, zero, right? You should just be able to articulate to that owner how to handle their dog. And that is a very, very good dog trainer. That's where you'll see very good results because there's no fucking point taking the dog, training the dog, giving the dog back, and then not being able to articulate those lessons and those complex concepts. It was Albert Einstein that actually said, taking complex topics and simplifying them for a fucking idiot to understand is what makes a genius. I'm paraphrasing there, but it was something along those lines. One-to-one and residential, they're a little bit different, but there still needs to be a handover process. And if you are more of a fucking like somewhat introverted autistic type and you want less one-to-one time and more time with the dog, a board and train program like as a business model is more suitable for you probably, as opposed to like one-to-ones and boot camps and shit like that. It's more people coaching. We do more of that side of things. Our trainers are great. And when I look for a new trainer, I'm going to prioritize a people person in the first instance because of like they're not going to have much to do with our clients' dogs really. Of course, like they need to know dogs and not be scared of them and shit like that. But unfortunately, this might not be the answer you want to hear. Might not be the answer you want to hear. But yeah, you do need a decent people side. Any other questions before I shoot? I'll give you a second or two. You're very welcome. Hope this was helpful, by the way. I'm going to do, as of February, I'm going to go live weekly. I'm going to do a webinar every week on Fridays, probably. Again, like, I'm going to be straight, though. I'm going to be totally fucking transparent. I ain't going to give you shit about what my mentees pay for. They pay me a fucking substantial amount of money to bring about the results, right? And on top of that, I'm sure each and every single one of them will tell you I am fucking on them, right? I do not tolerate you being mediocre as fuck. I will not accept that, right? So yeah, I'm gonna go live, do some webinars, but it's just to give you that little sample. Like when you go to fucking Boots and they give you a little bit sample of the aftershave, and you're like, "Fuck, I want the whole bottle." That's the point in them. I'm gonna be totally fucking transparent with you. Do you have any advice on how to start as a dog trainer? My own experience is training my own dogs. Like I said earlier, go learn from another dog trainer. If you're interested in our development program, which is separate to my business mentorship, that is run by Kirky, our head of training here. DM me or YCA the word development, and we'll send you all the details out. This is a good question. Do you recommend all balanced dog trainers be out as balanced dog trainers to weed people out who want to train force free or attract any clients and try to convince them to train without tools if needed? You are transparent on the front end. 100%. This is why I'm totally like transparent and explicit of how we use tools, how we use punishment, and all the rest of it on the front end. Like, here's the information. Here's why I'm a part of the reason I post so much content and go live and shit like that. I'll chase that up for you. I think your name's Mike. But and again, I think trying to bring in anyone and like having those difficult conversations. I also think, not to go off on a fucking tangent, we need more balanced dog trainers, not being all fucking weird and secretive and like hiding their tools and shit. This is why I'm fucking totally out there because I don't give a fuck what people online think about me. Because of my priority is looking after my partner, looking after my dogs, looking after my staff, who so happen to be some of my best friends, and making sure they're doing great. If you think I'm going to let people online give a fuck, like have any sort of impact on me providing for these people, get fucked. Absolutely not. So yeah, there's one point there, but on the second point, yeah, just be transparent, nice and early, mate, because then, you're gonna have way better clients come through. Way better clients come through. And again, don't be a dick to all the bigger dog trainers online. I'm not talking about me. Don't be a dick because they're not all as mentally fucking resilient as I am. Don't be a dick to all the big dog trainers online that are promoting tools, even if like they're doing it in a way you don't fucking appreciate. And I was guilty of this because they're probably doing you a favor. There might be a bunch of people in here that have had clients that have like seen fucking my videos or Big Will's videos or whatever. And they're like, yeah, I like the idea of a prong collar. Like it makes logical sense. Like, can you just teach me? Like, Big Will's done you a favor there. All right. Or like one of these trainers, or like whoever it fucking is, right? So don't be a dick. You should support those people because if they're doing half like the message for you. Anyway, it's another tangent. You can see I'm probably on one today, hence the last minute live. Um, yeah, if you need to convince people, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Good point. All right, I'm gonna shoot. Very nice to meet you all. You need anything from me, just shoot me a DM on Instagram. Yeah, fuck that. There's no point like pussyfooting around. The world is in need of great dog trainers. I don't need to fucking virtue signal at this point. We've been there, done that, and yeah, we're just ready to crack the fuck on. It was yeah, been a pleasure speaking to you all. I'll do something again end of next week. If you want to take me up on my free website build, then my team will build you a shit hot fucking website. Give me a message on Instagram. But otherwise, good night. God bless. See you all soon.